I'm not here to inspire and aspire you in ways that you then try something out, it doesn't work the first time, and you get discouraged and you say things like it doesn't work. Because I've met a lot of people that want to put in the least effort. I like to tell the story of two young men that grew up in the same home. Years down the line, they were asked, so one of them grew up and became a very useful member of society, contributing to the growth and progress of other people, while the other one turned out to be such a non-entity. And they asked both of them, "How come you turned out this way?" The one that turned out great said he watched his father. And the one that turned out to be a non-entity in society said the same thing. He said he watched his father. And the question was, how is it that both of you have the same answer to the question, but different realities? And it was that the one that turned out well said, I watched my father abuse my mother, abuse us as our children, just be very irresponsible with money and resources. And that was the only thing. And I decided that I was not going to have that kind of life. While the other one that turned out bad said, oh, so I watched my father do all these evil things. And because that was the only thing I was seeing, that was the only thing I could become. So two people, three people, five people can be exposed to similar realities, but then the outcome of their lives are different depending on what they decide to do about it. So I want us not to get used to just coming for these sessions, having a nice time, and the quality of your life does not grow from where it currently is to where it can be. So I wanted to establish this at the very start of this conversation. That's number one. I'm not here to inspire and aspire you in ways that you then try something out, it doesn't work the first time, and you get discouraged and you say things like it doesn't work. Because I've met a lot of people that want to put in the least effort. They say you should set up your LinkedIn profile, you set it up and you go and sleep and say, oh, this thing they say it does not work. Or maybe it's because I'm based in Kaduna, or I'm based in Katsina or something. That's not the attitude. For anybody that has run a successful business, you know that when you start out, you don't blow. Unfortunately, we have our music artists, movies in Nollywood giving us that idea that you start something today and you blow tomorrow. Are there opportunities out there? Yes, they are. Are there opportunities for you? Yes, they are. But you have to be consistent. And I'm saying this for a reason, no, because I don't want a case where we're done with today. Next Sunday, we come and we wrap all this up, and you start with so much energy. 2 weeks down the line, you've posted one or two things. You're like, oh, nobody's responding to it. That's not the attitude. You have to make up your mind from the get-go that I will see results. Here we're talking about building your digital presence because we've already established the fact that this is very important. You cannot be you don't have any reason to be a local teacher and access only local opportunities around you, because you're no longer limited to the four walls of your classroom. The world is literally your stage. Every day people are looking for teachers that have local context. I have friends that have jackpot because every time that there is a massive either influx or outflux, there's massive opportunity as well. So for every family that japas, many times they are still looking for teachers that they can work with in Nigeria. A standard teacher outside the country will most likely be charging sometimes as much as $100 per hour for certain kinds of services. But then they know that they can get at least a bit cheaper services in Nigeria. And for a Nigerian earning, even if it's $20 per hour, you know what that will do for your life. Yeah. And you have access to this because of the internet. So the internet is gold. Now we have AI tools here and there that can help you maximize your productivity. So we're going to be looking at mastering your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not you like we said last week. You cannot say I'm not tech savvy. I'm not. There's no excuse anymore. How do you optimize your profile, and then how do you create your first gig? We're going to be looking at two platforms, Upwork and Fiverr. But the principles, I mean, because there are hundreds, literally, there are hundreds of platforms out there that you can use, but the principles are the same. So once you're able to figure out how to do it on one, you can do it on another. Do we understand? So feel free to master this and then apply the same principles, apply the same knowledge for others. Yeah. So let's carry on. We're going to cover is your profile is your product. First impressions happen even before you say anything. So we're going to look at why that is the case. Then we'll do a deep dive into LinkedIn. So when I open my profile, what am I supposed to write? What are the things to avoid? So that you not come back next week and say I opened it and nothing happened. No, there's a way that you speak. Communication is about what message you're passing on to the other person, and the content you put out there is the channel of that message. The way you speak online is very important. That's how your clients know whether they want to work with you or they don't want to work with you. So you need to master the art of selling. What will I say that will attract my potential client to know that, oh, I want to do business with this person? What will I say that will make me sound professional enough? Then, like I said, we're going to look at Fiverr, Upwork, title, I mean, everything, profile photo, and branding basics. So how do I look professional? And no, you don't have to go and do a massive photo shoot because some of us will now say, oh, I don't have money. You don't need money for anything. You just need to be intentional. You need to pay attention and imbibe that spirit of excellence that whatever I'm doing, I'm going to do it at the highest level possible. And as I know better, I will do better. So everybody is going to leave this workshop with an improved profile. And then of course we'll have our assignments and all of that. So
And
what what makes a strong I mean your profile is your product, like we said. Without a strong profile, number one, nobody's going to see you. So it's not enough to just have a profile and abandon it. It has to be a strong profile. If you don't have a strong profile, you're going to be invisible. But if you have a strong profile, remember, I keep emphasizing right clients. Right clients. That's why these days when I go on Instagram and I see someone, you are selling bed sheets, but you are there shaking the back of your body. You are not attracting the kind of clients that you claim you want. So there's how to attract the right clients for what you are selling. Are you selling bread or you're selling body? Yeah. Number two, nobody, if you don't have a strong profile, you don't have the trust of people before they contact you. But with a strong profile, you're able to have that credibility before you even send out your first message. The next one is without a strong profile, you will continue to compete on price. Oh, what's every other person charging out there? But every single time I've been able to raise my price is because I have evidence, like I have proof. I've worked with a number of clients and I can say this is the result I've been able to help them deliver. And based on that, I can improve my pricing or increase my pricing. So I'm not competing based on price alone. It's based on the value that I'm bringing to you. If you don't have a strong profile, you will not have people book your services. But with a strong profile, you're able to have passive inquiries, passive bookings, even when you're offline. Because the idea of this whole visibility thing is not that you're supposed to be online 24 hours a day. No, that's not the idea. Is that even while you're sleeping, people are searching you out, searching for the kinds of services that you offer. LinkedIn has become such a marketplace where people are constantly seeking for professionals that offer certain kinds of services. Then, without a strong profile, you won't have the audacity to charge premium rates. Okay. But with a strong profile, you have a wait list of people just saying, "Oh, when is the next time you're offering this course?" There's a course that I used to run. It's called the Profitable Teacher Program, and it's a 1 month program where I work with teachers to improve their visibility. I mean, just kind of like what we're doing here. And I always get people saying, "When is the next batch? When is the next batch?" Because I would work with a small group of people to ensure that everybody gets the value that they want. So, with a strong profile, you're able to grow a list of people that are waiting for the next time you launch. Okay? Now, we're now going to look at the anatomy, and I want you to put all of this down because this is what you're now going to take to the practical section session of when we're doing creating our LinkedIn profiles. Yeah. And the first one is your profile photo. I think one teacher was saying that at the end of class last week. It's God that sees the heart. Man judges by outward appearance. So don't tell me what you have in your brain is good enough. No, that's why when you go to the markets, you don't look for pure water that they're selling inside Santana bag. You go for pure water, something that is packaged and has a label. Why wouldn't you say, "Oh, just give me water inside buckets"? No, it's packaging. So if you have a good product but you put it in a bad container, you are just telling people, "Don't buy from me." And your profile photo is usually the first thing that people see about you. And they will make their judgments based on it. So your profile photo is not a selfie. It's not a selfie. Don't put a profile photo that you are looking so dejected and sad. And no, people want to work with people that look like their future, basically. Yeah. So you should use your back camera, not the selfie part. Take a picture, use a plain background as much as possible. Or if you have clutter behind you, you can blur the background or remove the background. And if we have time, I'll show you some of the tools that I use on Canva. I hope everybody uses Canva because it's such a fantastic tool for you. Yeah. No, don't go and wear sunglasses. Okay. Fantastic. The next is going to be the headline part. So many times what we do is we just put our job title. But for your headline, you want to be able to communicate what do you do, who do you help, and what's the result you help them create. So three major things. What do I do? I help students improve their performance in math. No, I improve the performance of mathematics students. I've already said the who I help and what's the results you create. They move from credit to A star. What do you do? I offer public speaking services to busy professionals. What's the results? They grow in their confidence. What do you do? I write compelling African stories. For who? For students aged 5 to 9. What's the result you create? They fall in love with reading. It increases their reading culture and they improve their literacy levels. What do you do? I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. But your headline has to be very clear. Don't just tell us teacher. Don't take the lazy way out and say it doesn't work. So the formula is simple. What you do, who you help, results you create. What do you do? I help ambitious teachers improve their impact, their income, and influence through coaching. Do we get it? Is that clear enough? So I want us to start writing before we now open our LinkedIn and everything. Start writing and don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for perfection. Write, rewrite, write again, take it to ChatGPT. So that's what you use ChatGPT for. Not to be asking funny question. "Oh, my husband vexed me today. What should I do?" That's a nonsense use of ChatGPT. Yeah. So write the initial thoughts that you have and ideas that you have. Then go to ChatGPT and say, "I want to write a headline for my LinkedIn profile. And I want to use the formula, what I do, who I help, the results I create." You know that ChatGPT doesn't know you. So it's you that will tell it what you do. Then it will help you refine it in a way that is compelling for the people you want to reach out to. So that's for your headline. The next is the about section. So someone has seen your profile photo. It looks like, Rebecca Kenny, looking so good, looking so gorgeous. She looks professional. She looks like she knows what she's doing. They read your headline. They're like, okay, seems like I can work with this person. They will go to your about section to see what is there. And the recommendation is three short paragraphs. Who you are. Don't tell us, my name is Grace Amoka, I'm from Kogi State. Nobody cares. Like, we don't want to know what state you're from. It's about, always think about the person you're talking to. How does it help the person? See, the truth is, it's really not about you. Your clients are looking to see their problem in that your about section. Yeah. So who are you? What you offer, and a call to action. And it says write it in first person. And I'll show you examples of all of that. The next is experience. Yeah. You want to quantify your experiences. Many times I see you teach English. What does that mean? You need to be able to give data and talk in data points. For example, I increased the literacy rate of my students from 60% to 80%. You put in keywords that people are looking for. Online teaching, tutoring, training. I've taught 200 plus students globally. I've helped 7 students get A stars in their IGCSE exams. I'm the number one, I'm rated a high performing Preply tutor or whatever else. So ask yourself, if I was looking for someone to work with, what will I be looking out for? Then write it. The next one is skills and endorsements. And usually, LinkedIn would boost. There are people that, I mean, if you're familiar with LinkedIn, you realize that random people sometimes just get to follow you. That's because the algorithm on LinkedIn would boost your profile you will boost your profile if it's endorsed. So what you can do is ask your colleagues, oh, please endorse. So, for example, if you've added relevant skills, you're great at communication, you're great at curriculum design, you're great at training and certification or whatever it is. Now ask your colleagues, just send them a message to say, please help me endorse one of these skills or one or two of these skills based on what you know about me. That will help LinkedIn to boost your profile more to a new set of audience. And then there's something called a featured section. Here you want to be able to pin your best post or a video introduction. If you are shy, you will not survive this age. When I tell people I used to be shy, they can't believe it. But I was too hungry to be shy. So you are going to have to get used to doing videos, because a video will do 4 times better than a post. People get to know, like, and trust you when they see the person behind what it is you're saying. They hear you. They see the passion with which you're talking. People are able to say, oh, this is a real person. Oh, Oluwasewu, I see the passion through which she's saying what she's saying. I can see that she knows her onions. Because any random person can write anything. So as much as possible, start embracing videos. All the small time you have between your classes, practice it. Record yourself saying something. Do it again. You will get better. Okay? And then take testimonials from people and attach that to your profile. So let's go to, okay, no. Let's now go to writing your LinkedIn headline. So these are some examples. Skill, who you help, and the outcome they get. An example, English language educator helping non-native speakers achieve fluency. Online lessons and exam prep. I mean, it can be better than this. Curriculum developer, curriculum and instructional designer, building engaging e-learning for schools and corporates. Remember what we said last week. Your skills are relevant both in the education sector and even beyond. So now I offer learning design to people that offer training services. Some of them are in the oil and gas industry. Some of them are, I mean, any organization that has an L&D department. I have positioned myself as a learning design specialist because they will do trainings for their staff. Yeah. And because of my experience in education, I'm able to do that well enough. Okay. So now I'm going to stop sharing this and I will share my LinkedIn profile with us. So this is my profile picture. Then now LinkedIn gives you something extra, which is your cover photo. And that can do a lot. So you can see I designed this on Canva and I've put how to work with me. What are the things that I do? There's teacher training workshops, classroom observation and feedback, education consulting, coaching and mentoring, parent workshop, keynote address. That's why it's not a surprise every time I get a message to say we want you to come and do training and I'm sorry, we want you to come and speak. We're having an education seminar in Abuja, in Kano, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, because I've positioned myself in that way. Here, I put education consultant, global teacher, trainer, author, turning ambitious teachers into global change agents. I mean, I'll soon change that. Then anything you think is a selling point to you, you can also include it here. Okay? Then let's go to about. So this is my about page. I have about 4 paragraphs here. Grace Amoka is a passionate blah 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 with this and this and this and this. I mean, you can. Then these are the services that I offer. Then under featured, sorry, let me go back. Let me go back to featured. So this is what we were talking about under featured. So what I did, can you see this post? 4,795. So you want to be able to put your best work here. I mean, this post got a lot of like, see, 478 comments until today. People are still. So you want to, if there's something you wrote, like an article. I know some of us were in the academic, and you have this paper that you presented somewhere. Maybe you even have photos from the event or something like that. That's what you should put under your featured, so that as someone stumbles on your LinkedIn, they are seeing your best work. I was also interviewed by Leading Ladies Africa at some point, and I thought it was a good feature. So the link is there. If you click on it, it will take you to that article. Then here you can see other activities. Yeah. And then I have my experiences here. It's not even updated, but yeah. So put relevant experiences and don't be afraid to brag. Oh, you're not humble for anybody. For example, this one in Teach for Nigeria, I served as a fellow from September 2018 to 2020. I attached something here, the brochure, because inside the brochure I think there was an article that talked about the work that I did in Kaduna State. Okay. Let me show you an example for, so see, supported leadership development managers to develop session content and scripts and led virtual engaging and relevant enrichment sessions for over 400 program participants. You remember what I said about using data, like use numbers, go back home and do the calculation. How many students have I worked with since I started my work? This thing, you're going to put in the work, but if you put in the work, you will see the results. So don't just do your profile anyhow. They say we should open LinkedIn. Let's just open. No. What you can even do is do the initial work to say, okay, I worked in this place from this time to this time. Same thing here. You can see there's numbers, 4,000 beneficiaries. I'm talking about girls and women initiatives. Because these days there are lots of grants and things like that are for well, once they hear girls, women, they hear climate action, there are opportunities for those things. So those keywords. So you can take your initial writing, put it in ChatGPT and say, help me refine this in a way that speaks to my target audience. Yeah. Done is better than perfect. So don't wait till, I'm trying to perfect. There's nothing like that. I can't count how many times I've edited my headline. They don't used to pay money. Don't overthink anything. Put it out there. Let there even be something. Guess what? I think the current version of iPhone is what? It started somewhere. Oh. All these people you admire, they started somewhere. They could not have had this version if they didn't have a day one. So stop telling yourself you're trying to perfect anything. Just do it. Get it done and you can edit it. When I work with my book people writing books and I'm coaching them. If you don't have a first draft, there's nothing for you to edit and perfect. So remove that mindset of I'm trying to perfect anything, okay? Do it, repair it, do it, repair it, and just keep making progress. So for your cover photo, so I'm going to open Canva right now. Remember, I said the principles are similar across board. And if you can tell, as you can tell, this is where I do all my slides, like everything I need to do. I design to print. I mean, everything is here. This was the one we did for our first session. Okay, so Canva is I don't know. Let me not even start talking about Canva because I'll get too emotional. It's the best tool ever. So for if you look here, if you click on create, it's going to show you different things. It says, what would you like to create? And that's because the different things you can create have different sizes. If you've ever done design, you know that for an A4 document is 21 by 29.7. For presentation, this is the size, okay? For flyer, this is the size. Instagram, this is the size, and all of that. So it has all of this. So what I do is I search. I come here to search. What did I say we want to create? We want to create LinkedIn banner. So it's giving us this, okay? I think this is the one, LinkedIn background photo. I think this is the correct one. Yes, it looks like it. LinkedIn background photo. Yeah? Okay. This is it. So you go through it and see which one looks like your style. Yeah? So let's pick this one. Like I said, don't overthink it. If you don't like it tomorrow, feel free to change it. Okay? So we've selected this. You change once you click inside here, you change it to your name. Okay? You can come here to reduce or increase the size. Who are you? You're a um learning design or curriculum specialist. Let's say curriculum specialist. Then you can put in your, I mean, if you have a number you don't mind being out there, you can put it. You can then put your email, cbg@gmail.com. If you have a website, fantastic. And you know, you can create a free website on Canva, right? I mean, just go in there and explore. So for me, it's graceamoka.com, www.graceamoka.com. And that's it. I mean, I kid you not. That's it. You can choose to put an extra photo or not. Don't, like I said, the key to success is you just put something out and refine as you go along. Yeah. So we're done with this. You download. So how do you download? So you come here and click share. When you click share, it would give you different options. So download. I like to pick the higher quality, and then here there's PNG, there's JPEG. PDF standard is for documents, and if you want to email like a document that you've done. If you want to print, so for me, when I design flashcards to sell, I design storybooks that I want to print as well. You use PDF printing for that. You can create videos. This is what I use for my PowerPoints, anything. So we select PNG and then we click download and it downloads. You open your LinkedIn, look at it, it's downloaded. So you open your LinkedIn and that's what you're going to upload. Like just get one thing and implement that one thing. And I mean, the sky is just your starting point. Formulas are formulas for a reason, is that it would always work. And I decided to come up with a formula that would help you think about what you're offering. So your paragraph one should tell us who you are. You remember what I said about making it about them, not you. So they don't want to know who you are in the sense of your state of origin and all those other things. No. So example, I help professionals and students across Africa and beyond communicate with clarity and confidence in English, inside the classroom and online. So that's your first paragraph. And it can be longer than this, but you want it to, I mean, it needs to have that hook that makes people say, okay, very clear. The next paragraph will be credibility. What do you offer? So you want to be able to hear, tell us about your experience, your credentials, your results, show proof without bragging. Me, I'll say you can brag. Yeah. So with 8 years of teaching experience, and here sometimes we make the mistake of taking another person's formula and applying it directly when it doesn't necessarily work for us. If you have 2 years of teaching experience, it may not stand out as much as someone that has 10 years experience. So think of something else that will make you um that will make you seem like the person that is credible enough. And it could be the learners you've worked with across how many countries. There was a time I used to say, oh, I designed programs for 7 African countries. And at that time, it sounded quite impressive. Yeah. So think about the work you've done. What is impressive about it that shows your credibility or that communicates your credibility or your experience? If you've taught learners of different ages, that's something. Okay, if you're really great at preparing students for exams, that's something. Because not everybody can prepare students for exams. It requires a different set of skills. Okay, then the next one, and this is so important, we leave it out a lot of times, is call to action. That's what CTA means. How do I work with you? So you don't put in all these fantastic things. You put in a great hook, put in what you offer, then you forget to write, how do we work with you? Say what the next step is and be direct about it. So if you're looking for engaging, results focused language lessons, message me here or visit my. So we're going to come to Fiverr. Visit my Fiverr profile then you put the link. Then you tell them how quickly you respond. Now, building your first Fiverr gig, you'll see all these headings. And those are the headings that you need to pay attention to. And here I said be specific. You need to include keywords. So rather than just saying, oh, English lessons, I will teach you conversational English online. Yeah. You also have the opportunity to put in your pricing, and all of these things. Similar thing with setting up on Upwork. So the difference between Fiverr and Upwork is that on Upwork, you look out for job postings. So you see a job that says, "Oh, I'm looking. I need someone that is great at curriculum design and things like that." So then what you are going to do is to send out something called a proposal. Yeah, basically. So if you go through this, you'll figure it out. How do I brand myself? What to do, what not to do. I mean, it's pretty clear. Then, so this is what we're supposed to do. This is the task we're supposed to do, everybody. Update your LinkedIn headline, rewrite or write your about section, then open your Fiverr or Upwork and set it up. And that's it. Yeah, then these are assignments for next week. All right. Thank you very much.